It feels amazing to be back on campus, to have student athletes who have dedicated such a huge part of their life and their existence and their time to their sport, and for them to be able to be back and just to practice again, to be on campus again after COVID-19 has just decimated, our societal living. It feels great. I can't tell you just how many young student athletes have reached out to me throughout the process, and are we even going to have a season? What's it going to be like when we come back? So many unanswered questions, and for some of those questions to be answered now and to be able to compete again, to have the team together again has been phenomenal. And it just shows so much perseverance for the department, for the institution, and for these young student athletes that have sacrificed so much just to be able to be back.
The return to athletics has been really exciting. It's been amazing to work out with the team again and be surrounded by new friends and new teammates, and building a community here at City College is really important to my college experience. So just being back on campus has been an absolute joy.
Yeah, I think some of the biggest challenges are just your peace of mind as a coach, as a leader, as a mentor, because you want everyone to be safe. You don't want anyone bringing this virus back home, and so there's protocol in place, and I think our protocol is amazing in terms of how we're trying to stop the spread and to keep these young student athletes safe. So that's obviously a challenge of just wanting them to be okay, for their families to be okay, for their pursuit of their education to be okay. So that's a challenge just overall, but it's also a challenge mentally as a leader and a mentor, because the last thing you want to do is to put anyone in position to come in contact with this virus. And so that's a challenge. Obviously, keeping athletes motivated. I know coaches around the nation probably lost some phenomenal athletes that were in pursuit of their athletic goals at their institutions and had to pivot those goals because of what happened with COVID-19. So, that's also a challenge. But I would say one of the biggest challenges that goes unseen is like mental health. And student athletes, professors, coaches, administration, you're going through a lot in your mind, because you're worried about your family, you're worried about your team, you're worried about your colleagues. And so I think those would probably be the biggest challenges that myself and my assistant coaches have faced, student athletes have faced, and there's many coaches around the nation facing the same thing.
The biggest challenge has definitely just been getting my fitness back together. I'm sure all of us have dealt with side effects or ramifications of being at home and being away from the gym or being away from where we would typically exercise. So just getting back into running again with the group has been really important, and just coming back to everything is just great. We have people from all over the place. We have someone from Florida, someone from Colorado, and some runners who have never done cross country before. But it's all coming together really nicely, and we all get along really well. Our energy is great, and the vibes that everyone brings to the table are really integral to what we're going to do this season.
I would say for both teams, the makeup has kind of fallen in place phenomenally, considering on the men's side, you're talking about Muhammad Quadri, Jules Day, Amilcar, athletes, student athletes who have experience and kind of have more of a veteran level. But then we have this interesting mix of young freshmen on both sides too. Adam Tarza, Christian Rasmussen, and some others that are going to give us kind of that new look, that new feel. So we have a ton of freshmen on both sides, and it's good to have veteran leadership in addition to your coaching staff. And so just interesting blend, and it actually could work out quite well for us, particularly on the men's side. But on the women's side, we do have some returners. We have Israd and Nabila Jahan, and they've made some dramatic improvements, and they're able to lead the young freshmen on that side too. You're talking about April Kurtz and Zara McPartland. So, they can come in and give them some guidance and give them some understanding about what it's going to be. And, kind of how the season progresses, the do's and don'ts from a student athlete leadership perspective. So that's kind of how the team fell together. We were very, very lucky to have some returners with some eligibility, and they're still in school, and they want to give it another go on both sides. And so it's really going to work out well for us as a program, because that mix, I think, will eventually blend and meld together, and we're going to have that leadership follow moving forward.
I think we're coming in strong. I think we're coming in strong like City College cross country has never come in before, especially with us returning back. We all have a fire. We're ready to go.
I think we look good. It looks pretty good for the men to repeat, again, with that mix of veteran and pretty phenomenal freshmen that have come in and committed to the program. So it looks good on the men's side. Obviously, we're looking for 5 in a row, which would be a record-setting championship win, and 5 consecutive. And our veterans know that, and our freshmen are coming into the program knowing that. But on the other side, the women look great. I mean, we have the best women's cross-country team in the 6 years I've been at CCNY. And it's very proud to say that. A lot of work went into that recruiting-wise to get some of these talented young ladies to join our program, and they have, and they look really good. One of our freshman young ladies has the fastest time in the conference to date, and she's going to be an absolutely phenomenal athlete moving forward. And so we're very happy to be in position to do a double for the first time, which would be amazing. And the first time that's happened since I've been here at the helm, and I think it'll be the first time that's happened in quite some time. I think over a decade. So, we have championships that we're looking for. We're having history that we're looking to make, and I feel that we have a great chance to do this double and win the championship on both sides. But it's not going to be easy. We're going to have to keep athletes healthy. My distance coach, Joy Benson, is doing a phenomenal job of leading that program and coming up with the approach to how we're going to be training and doing those things. And, obviously I come in on the back end and do the best I can to fill in the gaps and to make sure the program is running appropriately. And then, my other assistant coach, Greg Page, has done a phenomenal job of coming and filling in and helping out and doing the best that he can to help guide the program. So coaches are in place, athletes are in place. We just got to keep these athletes healthy and be able to formulate a proper plan to put ourselves in position to win our first double championship in cross country.